1-800-449-8255. The Sharkadoodle-Doo Show, baby. Right here in my new home at the, I won't say the name of the hotel, but I was evicted the other day, lost my home. It seems the guy got up and lied. So I guess in California, you can get up there and tell tall tales on the court, up there on the stand, on the microphone, with a court reporter, with cameras rolling, and you can lie through your teeth now in California, and you can make up any lie you want. If you're a girl, you can just say you were raped, I guess. You could even say someone scratched your eye, even though they were 20 feet from you. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. Well, I told you guys the other day that Clark the Shark always wins in court, and my record remains batting 1,000 still. Because what I meant is I win against those who go one-on-one with me in a battle of truths. And what I often saw down in San Diego with Abracadabra Pool and Spa was, as I tried to explain in a previous video, a swimming pool customer would get up there on the stand at small claims court versus me, yours truly, Clark the Shark, right here from the golden EIB Sharkraphone. And the pool customer, rightfully so, owed me monies, maybe 2 filter cleans, maybe 3, 6 months service, new motor, extras, and me, Clark the Shark, I was really cheap and honest, kind of old style, Christian family values Sharky, If Ronald Reagan was a pool guy, he might be the Shark at 1-800-449-8255, or maybe, I don't know, Eisenhower. But Clark the Shark certainly isn't a Bill Clinton type swimming pool cleaner or any of that, you guys. I'm more to the good side than the side of dark forces from the evil side of the coin. But anyway, I would tell legit things to the judge, and the judge would say, okay, Clark the Shark, so this guy owes you blah, blah, blah for pool vacuuming and, monthly service and, filter cleans or whatever. Now the guy's 6 months behind. And then they put that guy on the microphone. He'd be like, hey, Your Honor, Clark looks weird and he talks weird and he's really loud. And, he looks at my wife and he hits on my wife and he hits on my daughter. I mean, the guy's really got issues. And I'd be over there like, dude, you don't even have a daughter. And I never even met your wife. Anyway, dude, long story short, these people would make up anything. It had nothing to do with pools, but they'd try to get the judge off topic as best they could. And I would say 100% of the time, not I would say, just 100% of the time, the judge would be like, okay, case dismissed. And I'd be like, what does that mean? And he'd be like, you won. And then the guy over there would be like, wait, Your Honor, I was telling you about Clark, the way he looks weird. And, he's got his one eye looks off to the left. He's just weird. And the judge would be like, okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Okay, next. And then next would be another Clark case. And, because I would sue all these assholes, like 30 of them in one day. So they'd all be down there. So most of them, not most of them, but some of them wouldn't even show because they know they're going to lose. And then the next guy would be like, he heard that. And he'd be like, okay, I was going to try that. So, he'd try something else. Like, I think Clark scratched my brand new bike, or Clark scratched my truck, or Clark scratched my trash can, or Clark tripped over my trash can. I mean, dude, these guys would just come up with the weirdest shit trying to not pay me. But they would never say Clark didn't do the job. Clark didn't do my filter. Clark didn't take care of my pool. what I'm basically saying is these people would lie and the judge would detect it quick and early, and I would always win and I would always get my money. And then the court would put a lien against their house. I wouldn't even do that. And me, I didn't even care about the money. It was just the satisfaction of winning or getting people into court and watch them lie. Which brings me to May 25, 2023, in a courtroom in Los Angeles County where the guy versus me, Clark the Shark, got up there and he lied about me. And he also had a witness back him up in his lies. So I'm sure he's gloating right now that the liberal judge went along with him. But, you know, you can go along with lies in this universe. And you know what they say, cheaters never prosper. And the truth wins, win or lose. Let me say that one more time. The truth always wins, win or lose. Liberals, you hear that? And some of you conservatives too, you rip off real estate mortgage people. If you rip people off and you lie to them, Fox News side of the coin or CNN side of the coin, you will both lose. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show at 1-800-449-8255. And you know me, Sharky, I may be in a hotel now, but I'm actually happier and I feel great. And I'm out of that house where there were 9 people. And I literally took care of the whole house like I told the judge. I bought all the food. I paid my rent. No one else paid rent, just me. The house was in a reverse mortgage, so I don't even know why the people suing me had standing. You know, the bank owned the house. You know, the old lady didn't even technically own the house. So, but anyway, they made up lies about Clark the Shark. And I swear to God, under penalty of perjury, right now my right hand is in the air. Under oath, baby. I swear to God they were lying. And Clark the Shark was truthing at 1-800-449-8255 from the golden, fabulous EIB Sharkerphone. That's right. It's a Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, you guys. Mere mortal men, some of which who lie, they speak into microphones. But me, Clark the Shark, I only speak into a golden EIB Sharkerphone right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And I want to talk about this album by Pink Floyd. And you know me, Clark the Shark, I have banned a lot of reviews from my channel. I won't review Led Zeppelin, Fleetwood Mac, AC/DC, Pink Floyd, you know, the Eagles, you know, the main offenders. Now, if they got the occasional good album like Led Zeppelin 3, I might review that. But I will review no Fleetwood Mac, except for maybe the early years, you know, with Welch and all that. But I won't even review that. If it says Fleetwood Mac or Stevie Nicks or Tom Petty, if it's one of those bands, you know, Pink Floyd, even, you know, I won't review it. You know, I don't even consider it anything. And that being said, Pink Floyd has good stuff. The Wall and Dark Side of the Moon are good. All their albums are good. I might review Pink Floyd, but for the most part, I don't waste my mind thinking about Roger Waters and, you know, the liberal guy with his view on the world, and or even David Gilmour. But this one album here, Atom Heart Mother, 1970, fuck yeah, I will review this. You know Clark the Shark likes this album because this thing is a classic. And I think on this album, Pink Floyd are telling the truth, you guys, with you know, this 1970 album that is so far ahead of its time. 1970 was a great year for music, you guys. You know, Neil Young made some great albums. The Who, Live at Leeds, Led Zeppelin 3. You know, 1971 was incredible. But 1970, there's something to be said for that year. And it's a bummer that there was no Rolling Stones studio album in 1970. Wonder what that might have sounded like, but I think they were on tour. But of course, we know their 1969 album, Let It Bleed, is incredible. And of course, Sticky Fingers from 1971 is incredible. But they had nothing in 70. And the Beatles, of course, really had nothing in 70 except for, the Let It Be album, which is really from 1969 before Abbey Road. Very weird, huh? But yeah, 1970, interesting. A lot of good music. Harry Nilsson, couple of great albums. But this Pink Floyd album here, Atom Heart Mother, is really special to me because I've listened to this a lot in my day, and I'm not a big Pink Floyd fan. Of course, I love the early days with Sid Barrett, and you guys emailing me saying, Shark, no Sid Barrett reviews. It's because I can't, you guys. I lead a busy life, and now I live in a hotel, and soon I might be living in a car. I won't say my blank's blank has put me homeless here. But I hope they're satisfied. Now we got no one to take care of the old lady over there because I was mainly doing it along with, two other people. But now I'm gone. So it looks like they don't have to worry about me anymore. Right here on the Sharky Show, 1-800-449-8255. But I like to worry about this Pink Floyd album, Atom Heart Mother, 1970. And I love this cover with the cow. Some album covers are just amazing to me. And this one, like the Rolling Stones, It's Only Rock and Roll, where the band is surrounded by this glorious crowd of people, and some of them are children, and it looks like they're going to hell or they're going to heaven, or you don't know where they're going, but you're just like, wow, this cover is amazing. And that's how I feel about Who's Next, where the Who are taking a piss, on a piece of cement, and the Who Tommy, such a killer cover. But this cover I love because this cow really speaks to me. And then it's so ironic because I've eaten a lot of cows in my day at McDonald's. And this cover makes me shed a tear, kind of, sort of. Well, maybe not, at 1-800-449-8255, Clark the Shark Show. But I don't even care what the stars and reviews of this are. I don't even care, dude. If it gets 4 stars. Oh, what? To me, this is a 5-6 star out of 5, baby. But it's getting 3, 3.5 and a 2. Rolling Stone probably, who gave it the classic rock? Who are they? Come on. Usually Rolling Stone gives the shitty reviews, but I'm sure they would give this album a 4. This album is amazing, you guys, so don't listen to the reviews. And of course, Atom Heart Mother is the sweet side 1. Fathers shout breast milky. Mother 4 and funky dung. I don't really know. I can't sparse out these songs, They're all like, it's one big long song, you guys. The Atom Heart Mother Suite, where the band are playing along, scoring it with a, classical like thing. And it just sounds so gloomy and doomy or something. It's like, I don't know what it is about it, but it just sounds like Pink Floyd, The Wall, but way before, 10 years before, that gloomy Atom Heart Mother Suite. It's such misery and it's such empty hopelessness what you feel as you listen to this long song. 23 minutes, 44 seconds of awesome. One of my favorite songs of all time, you guys, Atom Heart Mother, where the band is just interlocked with this orchestra. It's just so amazing. And it's more gloomy, sad, and isolated and lonely and miserable sounding than the Who Quadrophenia or anything you could imagine, like The Cure or, Joy Division, or, you could search your soul and your mind. It is the most miserable, depressing thing you have ever heard. It offers no hope at all. It just sounds like the whole world is falling apart. And I remember as a child being 6 years old, maybe even 5, and hearing that. I wasn't even old enough to make a judgment, but I knew Pink Floyd Atom Heart Mother Sweet was one miserable song. And I just felt that sheer hopelessness and just depressing misery as a child when I heard that song. And yet there was something about it that made me want to explore life, all sides of life, the dark side, the light side, whatever. That song really touched me, you guys. Atom Heart Mother Sweet. What an amazing song. And I can't believe critics today, Rolling Stone or all these places, are just clueless, dude. What are you doing? I mean, before Dark Side of the Moon, before Metal, before Obscured by Clouds, before Wish You Were Here and The Wall. This album is way before all those, you guys. It's incredible. And I love it. Side 2, I really like of this. If, amazing. Amazing. I love that song. Like, if I did do, I'd be do, do, do. If I go insane, please don't put your wires in my brain. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. And Summer of 68, awesome. Awesome. Fat Old Son, awesome. If there's one weak song, it might be Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast. It tries to be like another Atom Heart Suite and fails, but it has moments, certainly does. It's 13 minutes long, but I really like these 3 songs: If, Summer of 68, and Fat Old Son. There's something about this album, progressive, not as technical as like Emerson, Lake and Palmer or Yes or all that, or Jethro Tull. Pink Floyd is like, I wouldn't really say they're basic, they've got some instrumentation stuff going on in their music. The drummer's really good, but he's not a Keith Moon or a John Bonham. And, Nick Mason, he's a powerful drummer, These guys, of course, Roger Waters, the genius who writes 95% of Pink Floyd. And then David Gilmour goes out and tours, and he calls the band Pink Floyd, even though he don't even write the songs hardly. He's written I think out of all the Pink Floyd songs, he's written not even 5%. I really love Richard Wright, God rest his soul, who's gone now, the keyboardist, because he's the guy who makes all the sounds. Richard Wright is the reason why you listen to Pink Floyd. You may not even know that. And of course, David Gilmour, his guitar is really good. But to me, these guys are talented, but they're just a different thing from The Who. If I'm going to a concert, I'm probably going to want to see The Who instead of Pink Floyd, because I'm just going to get overwhelmed by high energy by The Who. And I might just go to sleep at a Floyd concert, waiting and waiting for the hit songs or the good songs. But Pink Floyd is not something I want to see live. I'd rather see The Who. I might even rather see Zeppelin than Pink Floyd. But there's something to be said for this one album, you guys. And maybe the next album after this and all those albums before this, they're interesting. And of course, the Syd Barrett albums and Syd Barrett solo, the Madcap, man. Of course I'll review that, you guys. I know about Syd Barrett. I'm Clark the Shark. I got nothing else to do but listen to music for the past 50 years. So I will review. It will take me another million years to review every single rock album up to 1991, because that's my cutoff. You won't hear me review much music in the year 1992 going forward, because I think something happened in 1991 where it wasn't meant to be. And that's when I realized this is a simulation. And I live this life over and over, thousands, perhaps millions of times. And in this one, things went cuckoo and haywire and where they weren't supposed to go or not meant to be in 1991. And then moving forward, our world has been a piece of shit ever since. But before 1991, it was a better world. And in 1970, this album, Atom Heart Mother by Pink Floyd, is quite an amazing album, you guys. It stands out to me. And I'm sorry if I won't or I can't review for you Pink Floyd, because a lot of you who like Pink Floyd, you don't even really understand them or why you like them, or maybe you do, even worse. But either way, I'm like, I'm not going to review Fleetwood Mac, Led Zeppelin that much, AC/DC, Tom Petty, Van Halen. I mean, I love Van Halen 1 and 2, and I love Van Halen, but you guys got the idea. There's no point in talking about Eddie Van Halen and his guitar solos. We know they're amazing, and it's an amazing band, but what's the point, of reviewing that? That's, maybe young kids today need to know, but I think you need to know more about Atom Heart Mother by Pink Floyd. This one album stands out to me as their best album. And I am actually assured and convicted, rightfully so, in my belief because of the critics who don't like this album, who like those other Pink Floyd albums. And that was where I take solace, and I can hang my hat on the hook that says Sharky is right and just and correct when I tell you I like Atom Heart Mother by Floyd, 1970. What a year for music. This album is way ahead of its time, and this is where Pink Floyd became an amazing, great band. They become Pink Floyd on this album, you guys, but they were truly great before this. I'm Clark the Shark, and you just got the only accurate review of this atmospheric, haunting, daunting, very cold, gray album. Not uplifting, very depressing. Great guitar, great keyboards, great drums. Everything's great. Great vocals, great score of classical orchestra going with rock that goes to some other level beyond the Moody Blues and Days of Future Past 3 years before. This goes to some new level, you guys. This is the 1970s rock music in 1970, way ahead of its time, way ahead of 1970. Pink Floyd, Atom Heart Mother, an album I actually stole from someone down in San Diego, North County. I borrowed it one night and I never took it back. I liked it that much, you guys. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255 from the golden, fabulous EIB Sharkerphone. That's right. The Wolfman Jack on crack, me, Clark the Shark, giving you the testimony, the gospel, the truth, the meaning of Pink Floyd, Atom Heart Mother. I want you to buy this album at Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon. Fuck Amazon. Don't buy from that place, but buy from the others, you guys. I'm Clark the Shark, and I'm out of here. Peace.